Hello, Fred Davies with The Wholesome Life again, and today we're talking about the muscular system. Before we start into the muscular system, and it's a very complex but easy to maintain process, I want to make sure we talk about and remind you of the very foundation of making sure everything works right, and that is our energetic system or our electrical system. You know all these tools, so I'm not going to spend much time on them, but I am going to just voice them or make them verbal so that you can have a reminder of how to do this if it's needed. First, we ensure that our energy is flowing forward so that our muscle testing works and our yes and no is clear. And so check that, or just reset it with the yoga pose or the 50 cross-body taps. Secondly, check to ensure that all of your systems, your body functions, your organs, glands, and so forth are online. And if they're not online, then clear any blocks, find the ones that are offline, clear any blocks and hidden blocks by saying clearing all my blocks from wherever you find them. And then reset it. I'm resetting my muscular system in this case. And then check it. Make sure my muscular system is online. Then you can test to see if support is needed with the statement, my muscular system needs support. And you can test the support options we'll go through in this presentation. Your muscular system is made up of different kinds of muscles. It has skeletal muscles, cardiac muscles, and smooth muscles. We're not going to spend time on all the different muscles. And if you need heart muscle rebuild, that's covered more in the cardiovascular system. And hawthorn berry heart syrup is the heart muscle food. Instead, I want to go through what rebuilding products there are, because if you've got sore muscles, if you've got some problems with torn muscles or things like that, you're going to want to know how to take care of those muscles because they're sore. And so we'll cover the different options in those muscle care. First, if you have muscles that are actually broken down, torn, cut, damaged by abuse, let's look at Dr. Christopher's products that rebuild tissue, muscular tissue, and bone and cartilage, but all tissue. Dr. Christopher's Complete Tissue and Bone Ointment or massage oil would be put on the outside. And if it's a damaged or torn muscle, I use the ointment because it actually will feed at the same time it seals it so that it's not letting anything get back in again. When I cut the whole top of my thumb off and had all of the tissue and skin all the way down to bone cut off of it, the whole width of the thumb, I put on Dr. Christopher's Complete Tissue and Bone Ointment, thick all the way along there, and then just covered it with gauze loosely. And about every 2 hours, I would peel back off the gauze, put on more Complete Tissue and Bone Ointment onto the gauze so that I wasn't disturbing new tissue that was forming, and put it back over it again to ensure that there was plenty of materials for the body to be using. In just 4 days, my body had restored all of that cut off muscle and tissue and skin, and it is completely healed. There is absolutely no scarring or anything else. That's because I kept it healing without damaging that process, without interrupting the process until it was completed by just providing more materials outside and inside. Internally, you take Dr. Christopher's Complete Tissue and Bone capsules or syrup, or the bone, flesh, and cartilage BF&C bulk powder. If this is a big area or damaged internal muscles, you can put a fomentation across that area with the complete tissue and bone, or bone, flesh, and cartilage formula bulk cut. A fomentation, as you know, is made by simmering it for 20 minutes until all those properties are in the water. That's about a 1/4 cup to a 1/2 cup of the cut in 2 quarts of water. Simmer it until it's completely had a chance to get all of those roots and stalks and get the materials into the water. And then you soak a cloth and cover that area with the cloth. I cover the cloth with plastic to keep the moisture in. Make sure that it's cooled off enough so you're not burning skin. We don't want to cause burn damage. But that will soak in very quickly. And then typically on top of the plastic, I put another towel or a heating pad to keep the warmth in. If you don't have a heating pad, just swapping out your cloth or reapplying the cloth for about 20 minutes to keep it warm all the way through is sufficient. And do that on a daily basis. Other materials needed. For torn muscles, Dr. Christopher's Cayenne Heat Ointment is powerful. When I've torn muscles, I apply and just rub it on very deeply the Cayenne Deep Heat Ointment, called Cayenne Heat Ointment. And even overnight, those torn muscles feel better and are usable the next day. So it's just an amazing, amazing ointment. The other thing that is absolutely critical for your muscles is enough calcium. Dr. Christopher's Calc Tea is the one that I use every single day. Calcium is also available in capsules, in tincture, and also as kitty calc. That has in it horsetail grass, nettle leaf, oat straw, and lobelia herb. In the cut bulk or powder bulk, the blend is horsetail, comfrey root, oat straw, and lobelia. And the directions to make that tea is a 1/4 cup of the cut herb in 2 quarts of water, and simmer it for 20 to 30 minutes with the lid on so that the water doesn't go out. And then if you want it like mine, I often will add a little bit of peppermint cut or stevia leaf in after I turn off the heat, just to flavor like peppermint and stevia. Okay, now what else is for the muscles? Well, if you have muscles that are just spasming or won't relax, a wonderful muscle relaxer is plain old kava kava. Kava kava, a single plant, relaxes the muscles with no side effects. It is very powerful and very effective. I've used it for a long time. When I broke ribs, and those muscles would spasm because the pain was so high, and then it would pull on the ribs, I used kava kava to calm down the muscles so the ribs could heal in place. We need to mention exercise briefly also, because exercise for muscles, as you already know, is absolutely critical. It cleans and tones the muscles. It moves the toxins out from between the cells and cleans out the lymphatic system. There's a whole presentation on that about the lymphatic system. Exercise strengthens your connections, your ligaments, your bones all get strengthened with exercise. Consistency of exercise is the key. It doesn't have to be a lot. Do it every day, consistently work on it, and you're going to get better and better and better. You can muscle test for how much exercise your body needs right now. Muscle test again next week because it's going to change as you're consistent. Some of the things that are so critical for proper muscle function is hydration. And that means pure water hydration. That can be well water, spring water, rainwater, tap water from your tap ran through a carbon filter, but it needs to be pure water. The standard is about 1 ounce per pound of body weight. That can be more in the summer, less maybe if you're doing nothing in the winter, but at least 3/4 pound of an ounce per pound of body weight is needed for proper functioning of your muscles, of your kidneys, and all the cleansing organs of your body. Drinks that are not water and they are not hydrating, they're in fact dehydrating or diuretic, that was the word I was looking for, are sodas and colas, any man-made drinks, including sport drinks. Reverse osmosis filtered water is not hydrating. And my whole video on water talks more about that. It's acid, it's very hard on the body, it doesn't hydrate the body. I've had more clients tell me that that was critical for their well-being and healing. Water with additives is not water. Juices with additives is not truly a drink. So muscle test them. You'll know if they're going to be good for you or not. There is a drink that we find very beneficial if we're out in the heat. We've had a ton of exercise. I have friends who are marathon runners who use this drink because they can finish completely and have no sore muscles. My wife and I have used this drink that I'm going to show you, and we've had no sore muscles after very long hikes in extremely hot weather. I've ridden 50-mile bike rides and done many other things with this particular drink with no sore muscles that day or the day after. We call it swamp water affectionately because it's green and it looks weird, but it tastes fine and it is an amazing alkalizing drink that stops your body from creating lactic acid. The swamp water that Winona formulated, if you can say that, we just build it and then tested it, taste tested it, and use tested it over and over again until we found one that tasted really good. It has Jurassic Green, which is Dr. Christopher's combination with alfalfa and wheatgrass and barley grass in it. And we just put in 1 heaping teaspoon per quart of water. Lemon juice, a half a lemon per quart of water. Real salt, which is sea salt. Non-processed sea salt. Real salt is the brand that's available locally, and you can find that in many stores. We put in a half a teaspoon of that, mix it together. You'll have to shake it each time because it does settle at the bottom. The Jurassic Green settles out. Amazing, amazing hydrating drink, which helps the muscles to never be sore. It doesn't matter what you do. I can work 12 hours out in the sun. As long as I'm drinking swamp water, I feel no lack of energy and no soreness the next day. A healthy muscular system means that your energy is great. Your strength is what you need. You're consistently getting better by using those muscles consistently, and you're feeling wonderful. So be consistent. Use your muscle system and know what to test for if you have problems, because at the Wholesome Life, we love helping you take full command, full charge of your wellness.